We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Stand by. The President of the United States or his designated representative will be speaking shortly.
The following message has been given authorization for release by the request of myself, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, and the United States Government, effective as of 10:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is not a test. I say again, this is not a test. A national state of emergency has been declared due to a crisis that is currently taking place. I deeply regret to inform the citizens of the United States that at 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, NORAD military radar has detected a launch of over 10 thermonuclear missiles from Russia and China. A nuclear attack is taking place against the United States. These missiles are expected to impact major cities in the United States within the next 15 to 30 minutes. The target locations for these missiles are unknown at this time. Due to this, I am asking all Americans, no matter where you live, please seek a fallout shelter at this time. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in radiation sickness and/or certain death if not treated properly. It will only take a minute after impact for the effects of fallout to spread. Please take essential supplies and whatever you need for your journey to your fallout shelter, such as non-perishable food, water, medical supplies, clothing, flashlights, your cell phone, chargers, and a battery-powered radio, and only come out if instructed to do so by local authorities. If no shelter is available, get underground or move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Stay away from windows and exterior walls. If you are outside, or in a vehicle, find the nearest open space or ditch and cover your head with your hands to protect yourself from flying debris. Make sure your shelter has as few doors and windows as possible. Seal all cracks on doors and windows to prevent radioactive particles from entering your shelter. If you are evacuating a building such as a hotel, school, doctor's office, or an apartment complex, do not use any elevators. You will be trapped inside when power is out. Use the stairwells, as an alternative route to evacuate. Place as many objects between you and the outside world as possible. My fellow Americans, we are currently facing an unprecedented crisis we have never seen before in our lives. Take immediate action. If you take more action, the more lives that will be saved in this unprecedented crisis. I am not kidding. Millions of Americans are at risk of death due to this attack. This should not be taken lightly whatsoever. While we are crippled by this attack, America will not be broken. We will strike back as one nation under God. We are currently in talks of launching counter-missiles against our enemies, as we won't go away quietly. If we all can stay calm in this unprecedented crisis, we will overcome this attack and emerge victorious. Thank you for listening to this message. Good luck. Stay safe in this dark and uncertain time. God bless America.
That was a message from the President of the United States. We will now return to the emergency alert system. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been suspended indefinitely due to an ongoing national state of emergency. This is KCMO and we will continue to serve the Kansas City area. If you are not in this area, you should now tune into stations serving your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Kansas City area. Do not use your telephones. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been suspended indefinitely due to an ongoing national state of emergency. This is
As you have just heard a message from the President of the United States. We are currently under attack and are preparing for a direct strike of nuclear missiles in the country. This is KCMO. And we will continue to provide news and updates specifically for the Kansas City metropolitan area. If you are not in this area and listening to this station, you should now tune into stations providing news and information for your area. For residents of the Kansas City area, here is some information for our area. As we know of at this time, no locations are currently designated as a fallout shelter. For this reason, the best plan of action is to seek out a basement or an underground shelter. Place as many objects between yourself and the outside world as possible. This includes file cabinets, bookshelves, walls and desks. If you have enough time, board up your windows. Stay inside until the all clear has been given. If you are taking shelter in your homes, unplug all electric devices and turn off your electricity and gas. Make sure you are using a television or radio that runs on batteries only. If a member of your family is currently at another location tonight, do not leave your homes to get them. They will be taking their own precautions at this time. It is highly unlikely that you will have enough time to get them. If you are currently on a road, and this is very important, get out of your vehicles and find a shelter now. Go to the lowest level of the nearest sturdy structure. If you are in a high-rise building, get to the lowest floor. Do not use any elevators. If electricity goes out, you might get trapped inside the stalled cab. Use the stairs as an alternative to evacuate. Do not call 911 unless you have a real emergency. Leave it for someone that actually has an actual life-threatening emergency. More importantly, even if a missile doesn't strike near the area, the risk of fallout will exist. When the missile explodes, radioactive particles will rise into the air and can spread for hundreds of miles. This is the primary reason for creating these sheltered areas. A normal basement may not be protection from fallout. At the present moment, the nuclear missiles could make impact. We don't know the exact locations that they will hit, but
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the North American Aerospace Defense Command and the United States government. It has been determined by NORAD military radar that there are now 30 thermonuclear missiles from Russia and China and have been spotted over the Pacific Ocean. These missiles will strike the United States within the next 15 minutes. In addition, the target locations have now been identified. Locations impacted include Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, St. Louis, Missouri, Boston, Massachusetts, Chicago, Illinois, Denver, Colorado, Cincinnati, Ohio, San Francisco, California, New York City, Annapolis, Maryland, Asheville, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Simpsonville, South Carolina, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Los Angeles, California, Dallas, Texas, Charleston, South Carolina, Miami, Florida, Detroit, Michigan, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Lexington, Kentucky, Portland, Oregon, Las Vegas, Nevada, Reno, Nevada, Omaha, Nebraska, Seattle, Washington, and the District of Columbia. All residents in and within a 1,000 miles radius of the previously mentioned cities are strongly advised to seek out a fallout shelter now. If no shelter is available, get underground, or to the lowest level of a sturdy structure. Place as many walls and dense object between you and the outside as possible. Have a battery-powered radio for your stay in the shelter, and only come out if instructed to do so by local authorities.
It has now been confirmed that there are now 30 thermonuclear missiles headed for the United States, and one of them is headed for the city of St. Louis. While Kansas City is in the clear of direct impact right now, the fallout risk still exists. Also, that tracks are not exact. The missile may land closer than anticipated. Stay in your shelters until the all clear is given. Here's additional information for the area. Do not call 911 unless you have a real emergency. Kansas City EMA is reporting major problems with a 911 system. In fact, unless you have an emergency, do not use any phone lines, whether they are land or cell. For obvious reasons, do not try to go out in a vehicle. According to the Kansas City Police, there are many abandoned vehicles along the roads. Travel is near impossible right now. If you're on the road, get inside a building right now. If you are in your shelters, make sure you are using radios or televisions that run on batteries only. We will continue to provide local updates for as long as we can. If we go off on the air, this is a strong sign that you should get in your shelters immediately. Stay tuned to this station. For those of you just tuning in, or have not heard, a nuclear attack is taking place against the United States. 30 missiles are heading towards the country, and one of them is striking near the city of St. Louis, which is only a few hundred miles away. Emergency management and the president have advised all residents to get to an underground shelter now so that you are protected from nuclear fallout. If we receive any additional reports on this situation, we will bring them to you immediately. It seems that this station is starting to lose power. We will stay on the air as long as we